Hi everyone, welcome to my presentation on my research project for INTS 4350. For this project I wanted to create something lasting, but at the same time I wanted it to be flexible. I wanted to ebb and flow with the research. I wanted it to have a little flexibility of its own to become what it was going to be. In the process I found what didn't fit was a straightforward research report. Became very frustrated late in the semester and had a meeting with Dr. Tanner. Unfortunately, he helped me devise a better plan and create something that was both pertinent and flexible. So what did fit the mold was to create a website, something that I can share with the world and they can interact with. Unbecoming Conduct as a result of interdisciplinary research, in that it really tries to fit the mold of not having a mold. That is, there are issues in the world that are both complex problems and they have solutions. And when you put them together all as one, they actually form new complex problems that need assistance in creating new solutions. During this process I did learn a few lessons. Number one, I don't do one thing well. I'm not a single topic kind of guy. My background is interdisciplinary. I do best whenever I'm able to use my experience and help form unique solutions to problems. I also like starting conversations. I know that I don't have all the answers, and I want others to engage. I want to learn what their experience is. I want to learn what they have from their perspective to add to the problem so that we can all come together and form solutions. Logistics of building a website of this nature. What qualified me to do it for myself? Well, number one, I had the experience. I have a very strong applications information technology background, so I have the technical capabilities. I also have a lot of experience with web applications and database applications, so the design issues were not that large of a challenge. I really wanted something that was going to be scalable, so it could continue to grow as the interest grew and remain flexible. My background as a chemist really helped me to form the top down and then back up again is what I like to call it. That's where I can take things apart, figure out how they work, find glitches in the system and put them back together in a better way than before. And of course I've worked with a lot of influential leaders over the years who their theories were if a problem exists then the solutions probably don't. So we all need to come together and find workable solutions. Again, for the website itself, I wanted to stick to some design ideas that were, number one, they remain scalable. Number two, I wanted them ease of navigation for the end users. If it's not easy to get around, they're not going to use it. I want to create separate pages. That's, again, it goes back to number one, remain scalable. Separate pages allows for different topics to be added over time, and that covers the future additions. With the parent-child design, new topics can be introduced in the future, but yet follow the same overall global design with the main parent homepage driving. Now, for instance, in my particular site, we have the main topic page on Berm itself, but this topic allows for many subtopics to flow underneath it, such as the actual individual problems like poverty, rights violations, etc. And because it is designed to be scalable, we can over time add other countries, the problems that we see in those nations. Are there similar problems? Can we group them by topic? If so, the separate page layout allows us to do that. And in the future I also want to add nonprofit organization into this site. I want it to grow from it. So the NPO itself can grow from the site, and the site for the NPO can grow from the site. It can all be woven into one single web. So how did I design on this content and why? Number one was literature review. Historically, I do remember when some very important changes occurred in Burma, and I knew that was a topic I've been interested in and followed through the news for the last 20-25 years. So whenever I did the literature review, I noticed that there were several things that kept popping up. There were definitely complex problems. There was a wealth of information from different disciplines. Some examples of the particular problems are human rights violations, which have been studied in They've attempted to be solved by numerous disciplines such as economics, law, and sociology, but all of them to this point have failed. So, after the research, what you see here is a beautiful mind moment. All the research in a random fashion, but when it eventually comes together into a single diagram, it makes something unique and it makes something flexible. I also had to embrace Repco steps. Back to the very first semester of interdisciplinary studies course, I found that I was resisting loopbacks. That is, I had an idea of where I wanted my research to go and what problem I wanted to address, but the research just wasn't there. The documentation, the literature just wasn't there. So after meeting with Dr. Tanner, that was an important lesson I learned, was to embrace the loopbacks. If you get to a point in your literature that it's no longer supporting the problem you're trying to force to be an issue, it's probably time to loop back and reconsider the way that you're addressing the issues. I did embrace primary and secondary sources, and they themselves reveal the need, number one, for awareness on issues and a change in the environment. So, from that grew the website Unbecoming Conduct. It is a blog hosting site, and we start out with a simple design of a welcome message, and the welcome message serves to be an introduction of me and what it is that I'm attempting to accomplish with this site, and also possibly introduce how the site can be beneficial to all of us moving forward. Also included on this main page, titles of topics with their teasers. For instance, the problem in Burma. What is the problem? Well, there's hunger, there's violence, human rights violations, and why is it pertinent to today? Again, just to grow interest whenever the site's visited, trying to instigate those clicks on the titles themselves so they'll visit the actual blog post comment. The banner bar with links is easy navigation. Again, it's a simple website design. You want to make it easy as possible for anyone to find the topic or find the information that they want when they come to your site. And the scalability allows for the future participation of others. That is, if there are complex problems that others want to address and it is in line with the site vision, then why not? I entertain all avenues of information flowing in and out. I want a free exchange of ideas. I want this to be something for the future that is lasting and will be utilized to help create unique solutions for ongoing problems. Now on to Burma itself. Why did I choose this topic? We'll discuss that a little bit, but I do remember in 1988 when the 8888 massacre occurred. I watched it on the news, and I remember it making an impression upon me, but I really didn't know where to file it, what to do with it at that point. But when you start looking into the history of Burma, you find there are many complex problems that exist today that are ongoing. Hunger, political volatility, human rights violations, poverty. They're a research-rich but infrastructure-poor nation. I had to realize finally that we can't solve all of Myanmar or Burma's problems at one time. To be most effective, what Burma really needs at this point is access to solutions. Some of the solutions are already there that can help them solve their complex problems they're facing, but they have nothing to connect them to the solutions. So, the real complex problem that I wanted my website to address is, how do we get the solutions to the people that need them? How do we find the people who need the solutions? We've got numerous nations around the world where these complex problems, very similar to what Burma is facing, are being faced today. So how do we make the connections between the people who can help and the people who need the help? And that is interdisciplinary because it covers numerous disciplines. You have political scientists, you have sociologists, you have economists. All these are involved in actually getting the grassroots effort to change the social issues on the sites. And in addition to the website itself, for the future I'd really like there to grow a nonprofit organization. Just started the steps, started searching names, started researching what the legalities are, how much of an investment it's going to take to get it up and running. So I'm going to be using my business background a little bit, contacting the individuals who can help make that happen. Are we talking about a large initial investment? And how are we going to move this forward? How is this NGO going to grow? MPO going to grow? One projected title for it is Tools for Change. And again, the idea of this charity itself is to grow from the website, is to provide individuals in these nations who need the assistance access to the tools that can help them solve their problems. Go back to the old adage, if you give a man a fish, he eats for a day, but if you teach a man to fish, then he eats for a lifetime. And if you check out the solutions page at unbecomingconduct.com, then you'll watch a video where they're actually, for a very small investment, helping others start businesses and grow their own economies inside their little micro economies. They're making some real good progress, but they need more assistance and more access to things in the future to help it come to completion. So visit my website, and thanks for your attention.